Hey, what's up everyone? In today's video we'll be looking at a very interesting Assa Twin Combi variant. It's a combi with gin bottle spools. So first things first, I would like to thank Assa Twin from Lockpickers United for letting me pick this lock. There is one more I have from him that will be on video soon. So thank you, Sept, you're the man. Really nice guy all around. So this one does not have a key, but doesn't matter. We will imagine that we have a key that has 6 beating surfaces on the main stack and a sidebar coat. It's basically a sidebar based lock. This is our housing that is really big. It's a Scandi round format. You can tell that here is a sidebar channel and a cool mounting mechanism that I'm not really sure how it works, so I just will leave it alone. So there's our housing. The plug is counter milled, so we have 6 chambers for the drivers that are gins, as I mentioned. Counter milling on top of that. 3 is not milled, as is pretty common in the twin locks with gin milling. So here we can see that milling is basically a widening of a chamber with a sharp edge that is designed to catch narrow parts of the gin bottle spools. Let's try the zoom. Really nice, even nicer. So yeah, there's the milling. Pretty cool. This is the wider space basically. Okay, let's zoom out. For drivers, of course, we have gins. So this is one of them. You can appreciate the shape. It looks like a gin bottle and it has a really sharp edge on the bottom that, as I said, interacts with the counter milling. Okay. Then we have 5 of these. These are called finger pins, and they not only have a certain height they need to be set to, but they also need to be rotated correctly. So let me show you one of them. Nice, very nice. So on the bottom left, it's the part that interacts with the key, or if you're picking the lock, it's the part that interacts with your tool that you are using to rotate them. You can also appreciate that the finger pin is vertically serrated. You can see those vertical lines, and we are looking in the middle on a through gate. That's basically the cutout. You can see, maybe if I rotate it like this, you will see the through gate from the front. Yes, this is it. So we have 5 of these in this lock, and the way they work is that they rest in these 5 chambers. They are there like this, and this is the sidebar channel, and we need to not only lift those finger pins to correct height. So for example, now it's too low, so I need to lift it a little, but we also need to rotate them in order to be like this. So what are we doing with our pick is that we are either pushing or pulling or not doing anything at all with the finger pin. We need to basically find the correct height and correct rotation, so it looks something like this. And if we do it for all of the 5 finger pins, the sidebar that I mentioned earlier, and I will show it to you right now, will be able to sink into the plug. Okay, so this is what we want to achieve, right? We want the sidebar to go in here, and the plug will be able to turn them. And the way this sidebar interacts with finger pins is like this. So at correct rotation and height, the fingerprint will be able to sink into one of these spaces in the sidebar. Yeah, you get the idea, hopefully. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to show, and it's also because I want to try this zoom, and it's the serration. So maybe it's not visible now too much, but if I do this or even this, you will be able to see that on the edges of those teeth there are tiny serrations. You can see them right here, 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 and here. And these are designed to interact with the vertical serrations on the fingerprints. So it makes rotating them harder, especially if they bind really hard. It's actually blocking the rotation a lot. Okay, so to pick this lock, I was not able to use the classic multi-pick MP10 for the fingerpins, because for some reason it just did not fit properly to the bottom of the keyway. So I had to take one of these ancient tools I made, like it's from a hook pick set, and it's ground, it's filed, and it looks very crude, but it works. So that's the thing I used for fingerprints, and I actually forgot what I used for the main stick, but I think it was one of these Moki pointy hooks. Yeah, so that's basically it. Picking it was not easy, of course, because it's still a combi. It kinda isolated, so first I put all the jeans into milling, then I set all the fingerprints. The way I do it is that I apply heavy tension, I preset all the rotations, and then I leave them, and then I give all of them a little tap, and usually after some time the sidebar is picked. And after that I was able to bypass a lot of these jeans just by identifying a pin that puts the lock in a deep fall set. It was pin 3, that's an unmilled chamber. And the thing I did is that I basically forced jeans 1, 2, and 6 out of their milling before I set 3, which basically put me in the deep fall set. And in that deep fall set, the pins in 4 and 5 engaged, and that was basically the only jeans I had to pick them. So that was pretty convenient. Not always possible, but if there's a possibility to do it, you should always go for it. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it I wanted to tell about this lock. So yeah, let's go ahead and get it picked. All right, here we go. So this time let's go clockwise and start with the main stack as usual. So nothing on 1, click on 2, nothing on 3, 4, okay, 3 is binding actually. Okay, click there, 4 is binding, click, 5 is loose, and something else, 6 and 5, okay. One more click on 6 in a little rotation. So let me just check everything before we move on to the next phase, which are the fingerpins. Okay, so let's see. I'm currently trying to lift and preset everything I can. Okay, so 4, I think there was something there, now 5. Okay, pulled 5 and back to 1. 1 and 2 not binding yet. Pushed 3. Let's see if 5 is still pulled. This. Okay, so really hard tension now. I want these fingerpins to settle in place, and I don't want them to lose their rotations that I set. And now it's just basically a question of lifting these finger pins over and over again, I can feel that, for example, 2 and 3, 1 as well, are already settled. Okay, a little rotation when I lifted 3. Now 4 is binding. Oh, that was a pretty good click. You don't hear that too often when you pick the sidebar on combis. Okay, so now usually what comes now is the phase where you start putting the jeans out of milling, and I will do that as well, but this lock actually allows me to set some of them like normally, basically force them through the milling. They're not engaged fully. So for example, 1, I'm even getting a little counter rotation. You click there and it should be good now. 2, okay, that's definitely binding harder in the milling, but still I'm able to push it through. Now from experience I know that 3 will put me in a deep fall set, and I don't want that just yet. Let's see. 4 is engaged pretty hard in the milling. I don't think I will be able to push it through. 5 the same, and 6. Okay, yeah, I think I was able to set 6 as well. Okay, so let's go back to 3 now. Okay, binding, it's pretty high up there. Okay, click there, and now we fell into a really deep fall set, which engaged basically all of the remaining jeans in the milling. And if I'm counting correctly, we only have 2 left to pick, and that's 4 and 5. So let's see. 4. Okay, he's out. And now 5, that's a really high lift. Sometimes it's difficult to feel when the gin actually gives if you have such a high lift. Okay, I think I dropped something now, but I will just continue. Okay, let's see what dropped. I think it was 4. And judging by the loss of fall set, probably 3 as well. Okay, so I set 3 again. 4 is in milling. So there goes 4, and it looks like I did not set 5 properly. So I'm going back to it now. So really high there. Come on. I think I got it. Oh yeah, just one more click and the lock is open. Perfect. So yeah, there's the twin combi with jeans. Let me now disassemble it. Okay. So I will definitely need to change the focus here. Okay, what do we have here? I actually forgot about this. Never mind. I can actually maybe even zoom out a little. Yeah. Okay, so first let's just remove these drivers and the main stack basically. So that's 1. I will just drop it right here, I guess. 2 tweezers, yes. 3. Keeping. Wait a second. Oh, I do not have the keeping. There he goes. 4, 5. That's the super long gin. And 6. Okay. And now let me just take this. Oh, there it is. And undo the tailpiece. Okay, I do not need a follower obviously now because I have the main stack out, but I still need to be careful so that the fingerprints don't go flying all over the place. Actually, don't know where will I put them. I guess up there. Okay, so let's just push this out. We'll catch the sidebar and the fingerpins as well. Is that it? Yes, sir. Okay, so first I guess I will just remove the sidebar. There's the tweezers here. Yeah. Oh, now lose this. And the fingerpins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the springs, of course. That went well. Perfect. Okay, let's do a milling shot. So there's no milling in chamber 3 as is pretty common. Actually both sides have milling. Right, and there's the whole twin combi with jeans. Got it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. There's a close-up on the pins. I will try to put them in order. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So again, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we will catch each other really soon with the next video. Until then, have a nice one. Bye.